Western Pennsylvania area for over 30 years and look forward to helping you with all of your real estate needs. Broker Paul Bortz Jr.
Did you know that you have a choice for your physical therapy provider? NovaCare Rehabilitation offers same-day appointments, and oftentimes you don't need a prescription from your doctor to see us. We will make sure that you are treated as an individual and will work directly one-on-one with you to help achieve your goals. You have tried the rest, now try the best. NovaCare, Delaware Avenue in Uniontown. Phone 724-437-0556 to schedule your appointment today.
Your local station, WMBS, and time now for a brand new program on WMBS, Energy First. And we welcome the host, Sarah Phillips and Jen McIntyre Morris. And good afternoon and welcome to WMBS.
Thank you very much. And thank everybody for joining us. Like the kind announcer said, my name is Jennifer McIntyre Morris, and this is Sarah Phillips, and this is Energy First. It's brought to you by SJ Consulting. You can find us at www.sarahandjenconsulting.com. Sarah, why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself?
So, like she said, I'm Sarah Phillips, and I'm a petroleum engineer. I have been in the industry for a little over 10 years. I got my first degree in business administration. I started out as a safety coordinator, fell in love, and then I went back to get my second degree and loved it.
From WVU.
Yeah, from WVU.
Local girl.
in engineering. So my first one was in business administration. My second one is in engineering. And then I went to Abu Dhabi for a little bit. I went to North Dakota with electric submersible pumps. And I did that for a while. I fracked for a little bit. And then I did sales. And now I'm here.
Yeah, and Sarah called me about 2 years ago when she had just moved back from North Dakota.
Yeah.
And we were kind of instantly friends.
That was a funny conversation.
It was definitely interesting.
I was
we should have
shaking.
taped that one.
Yeah. Jen makes people nervous.
I definitely don't. Definitely don't, or don't mean
Yes,
to
you do.
anyhow. And I'm Jennifer McIntyre Morris. I've been in the industry, I keep saying 10 to 15 years. You guys are in oil and gas, yeah, they kind of creep up on you. I've been in sales for the majority of my career. I came from corporate relocations is what initially brought me to the industry. So I was moving all of the guys up to South Point when South Point became a thing. Before South Point was South Point, that's where I used to go and have bonfires and mud my truck because there was nothing there. Definitely different now. And got to know everybody, and quite quickly they wanted to pull me over to the dark side. And I've never looked back since. Very involved in the industry from everything now from pad construction, drilling, completions, production through to pipeline has really been, and midstream has really been my concentration for the last few years. So I know enough to be dangerous, and I like to learn stuff every day. So Sarah and I had talked for quite some time about creating a podcast/radio show. I think we both have a lot of passions in the industry and for the people in the industry. And the world's been really crazy, getting crazier by the day. And I think we just kind of decided to bite the bullet and go ahead and do this. So moving forward, Energy First is really going to concentrate on three things. Well, one thing in majorly, and that's Appalachia, right? Mm-hmm. Appalachia here, so PA, West Virginia, and Ohio. And we're going to center on anything that has to do with education in the industry, anything that has to do with legislation that's either currently in place or pending that could be affecting us. And then most importantly, the actual people that work in this industry that make it the absolutely amazing industry that it is. So that's what the show is going to cover. We are looking for speakers. We have some phenomenal ones already booked. Next week's going to be Mark Marmo with Deep Well Services. He's one of the original mentors of mine in the industry, so I'm pretty excited to have him on and give Sarah an opportunity to meet and speak with him. Amazing company, amazing human being. We are looking for sponsors for the show, so if you would like to highlight your company and get the word out there, obviously we're going to have this show here, which is live streamed on Facebook. We're going to reshare it on Spotify, Anchor, our Instagram, our LinkedIn pages, and our personal Facebook pages. I think I have like roughly 20,000 followers on LinkedIn, and they're targeted followers. They're all oil and gas individuals. You have probably a very similar reach, so you'll definitely get your message out there, and we would invite all sponsors to kind of come on and talk with us as well, tell us a little bit about what they do in their company. Sarah, do you mind? I kind of wanted to go over the list of events. You guys that do know me know that I kind of keep record of the events that are coming up in the industry. So we're going to do this every week, just a kind of preview of what's coming up. And if you do have an event that we miss off of this list, please reach out to either Sarah or myself. My email is jen@sarahandjenconsulting.com. Sarah is sarah@sarahandjenconsulting.com. Send those over to us. If we get anything wrong, get in touch with us as far as dates, times, places, and we can get that updated for you. What's the next event we have kind of coming up in oil and gas in Appalachia?
So today on Valentine's Day, happy Valentine's Day, by the way.
This is my Galentine.
We have the ABGPA first quarter luncheon at Bella Sera in Canonsburg, Pennsylvania. We have on February 21st the APA speaker dinner, and the details to that are going to be announced.
I'm on the fence with that one. I don't know if we decided to actually go ahead with that one or not. Our good friend Jen Powell actually heads up all of those luncheons. Hey, Jen! I'm not sure if we're having that one, but we'll keep it there for now as a placeholder.
Okay, February 22nd, we have the Go WV Oil and Gas Day at the Legislature, Upper Lower Rotundas, Charleston, West Virginia.
That's a really good one, and I know that the ladies from Women's Energy Network West Virginia actually have a booth down there this year. So if you are anywhere near Charleston, that's a phenomenal event. Go down and see those ladies, our sisters from West Virginia.
Hey, girls. Also on February 22nd, we have the SPE local lectures, the ACES Delta Project, low carbon green hydrogen energy storage at Fellows in Carnegie, Pennsylvania.
And you sit on the board of SPE, don't you?
Yep, I'm the Community Relations Board member.
That's a really good organization, too.
Yeah. Also on February 22nd, we have the Women's Energy Network Pittsburgh Chapter Mentoring Program Overview. That is going to be from 5:30 to 7:30 at Threadbare Cider House, Pittsburgh, PA. I'm really looking forward to that. So many people are saying so many great things about that. I cannot wait.
Yeah, and that, just to go a little bit further, Women's Energy Network, I have been involved with for a number of years. Sarah has as well. I worked on the marketing side last year. I think this year they're kind of tossing and turning whether I'm going to be like an organization liaison or if I'm going to be on the executive board. But regardless, phenomenal organization. This mentor program that they do every year, really does help a lot of young ladies that are kind of coming into the industry that maybe aren't sure about things. And just gives them someone a little bit more senior to ask questions of and really give them that guidance when they're either starting or advancing their careers. So that's going to be exciting. And then March, we're going to leave out except for everybody. UGA's coming up at the beginning of March. I am planning on going through at least for the Thursday night, I think, because I want to go to that mug happy hour because it's epic every year. So I'm definitely going to go through at least for like one day and one night. So we have that coming up as well. And then before we bring on our extra special guest, just one more event because it's an inaugural one that I'm doing with the APA this year, which is the APA fishing tournament. The date for that is going to be May 19th. And it's going to be at the Mariana Outdoorsmen's Association Wild Acres Farm in Mariana, PA. It's going to be an absolutely phenomenal day. So we're going to be able to cater to all levels of people as far as fishing is concerned. I'm not a huge fishing person. I like to hunt and shoot, but so beginners or advanced, there'll be different sections for that. We are going to have straight outright networking as well, hoping to have a band, some food, live music, obviously, and then cornhole. So it'll be a phenomenal day. Again, that's May 19th And we are looking for sponsors for that event as well. So I think
fly fishing.
Yeah, it is fly fishing. It is fly fishing.
Do they teach you how to do that?
Well, actually, Stefan Bonnet.
Oh my God.
is his son-in-law is a professional fly fisherman, and he's coming with us for the day. And I think he's going to want to fish a little bit, but he's going to spend some of his time kind of going up and down the river and giving people pointers that want to have pointers. And because it's a private party or our private property, we can actually drink there. So we will have the normal kind of side-by-side bringing refreshments and beverages down there. Yep. And so we're just going to slip these on, guys. Jason's been waiting for us for a little while now. So today we have Jason Ortitay. He is actually our 46th District PA State Representative. I got to know Jason probably over the last year. I myself ran for chair of the Republican Party of Washington County recently, and that experience definitely opened my eyes up even more in regards to kind of local stuff that was going on, both affecting our industry and otherwise. So without further ado, I would like to welcome Jason.
Well, welcome, ladies, and congratulations on the show. I'm super excited to be here today with both of you, and happy Valentine's Day to both of you.
Happy Valentine's Day. Are you in Harrisburg?
I am not. I'm in my district office in South Fayette, not too far from my house in Washington County, but I just got back from Harrisburg last night. We had a working rules group meeting with the speaker, hopefully getting back into session next Tuesday. The long-awaited wait from swearing-in day on January 3rd.
Yeah, it has been a long journey, and I know that it's definitely had you caught up for quite some time now.
Yeah, it's been an interesting start. This is my 5th term. We've never had a start of session start like this. One, never really had to be in the minority before, but after February 7th, it was almost last week. A week ago today, the Democrats swept the special elections, and now we'll have the majority in the House. So, just trying to figure out how things are going to work in the House in the minority, but hopefully not for long.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, thanks again for joining us. And Jason, would you mind telling us a little bit about your background, how you kind of got to where you are now?
Yeah, absolutely. So born and raised in Avella, Pennsylvania, in Washington County. Very, very small town. Spent most of my life there. Graduated from Avella, went to Robert Morris, actually got a degree in sports management, and then decided to move to Florida for a couple years to get my MBA. Moved back here, ended up getting a job in financial services and then at PNC, and then decided after about 5 years at PNC in treasury management, I had enough of the corporate world, and I ventured out and started my own business, Jason's Cheesecake Company, which I ran for the last 8 years. Unfortunately, it was a COVID casualty, but that's okay because in 2020, when we closed the business, when one door closes, another one opens. My wife gave birth to our beautiful daughter, Delaney.
She is so cute.
And since then, she has taken up all of my extra time, and I love every second of it. So my life into politics really, it opened up quite a bit when I started to run. To be honest with you, I guess they came and found me at the fair booth and at the Washington County Fair.
Were you volunteering there?
Actually, no. I was working my cheesecake booth, trying to push my product and trying to get some business. And then the county party came down and asked me if I'd be willing to run. And I'm like, I don't even know what this is. What's going on? Well, if you guys will get the money for me, then I guess I'll figure out the rest. So I agreed, and I would say the rest is history. But went through a very, very competitive race. Knocked out an 8-year incumbent. Became the first Republican to ever hold the 46th district seat. And along the way, that same day they came to talk to me is the same day I met my wife. We started dating at that point, and then we got married. I believe it was the year after that, in 2015, after I got sworn in as a member. So my wife's been a part of this campaign since the beginning. So I always joke with her and say, hey, you married into this. You knew what you were getting.
I love it.
I hope you got her something great for Valentine's Day.
Yeah, we're that's later. But I always take care of her on Valentine's Day. She knows that.
Good. How about that little one too? She better get a special Valentine from her dad.
Yeah, we got her some little Valentine's Day cookies. They're really cool. She already started eating them yesterday. I got her a little rose too. She was showing it off. She was trying to smell it. It's the cutest thing ever.
She is. She's absolutely adorable. You have to check her out on Facebook. She's such a cutie. So, Jason, throughout your career, having, spoken with you and done a little bit of research, you've done a lot for kind of education reform and, legislation in regards to that. Is that a passion of yours?
Yeah, and when I came in, it was my intent to get involved in education because of what I was able to do myself. And, I never thought of myself as the smartest person on the planet or gifted, but in high school, I had a bit of a wake-up call. I was on the wrestling team, wrestled for 12 years up until my senior year of high school. I had a concussion, and I don't know if the blow to my head really opened up those synapses and made things fire or not. But at that point, I decided I needed to do something with my brain instead of using it as a battering ram against a wrestling mat. And at that point, I enrolled at CCAC, did some dual enrollment. I was able to get 40 college credits before I even left high school. I was able to graduate with my bachelor's degree in 2 years and my master's degree in another year and a half. So I walked out with my MBA at 21, and I was feeling pretty good. But it wasn't because I was exceptionally smart or talented. I was just able to take advantage of opportunities that were out there. So I said, if I'm in a situation like that, then why isn't everyone else able to take advantage of that and do the same things that I was able to do? So I had set out to try to make that a reality for every student across the state, regardless of where they lived. And I really got into it in my second term. The first term, I kind of got my feet under me to figure out what in the world this job really is and what it entails. Because at the end of the day, I just wanted to help people and help them navigate what state government is and just improve the lives of the area. It just seemed like that was something that needed to be done. But with school, I mean, there was a lot of tragedies going around the country at the time, and school safety was such a big issue. It was one of my top issues that I was able to tackle. I helped start the program and got the legislation in with help of a lot of other members. This wasn't just me, but I spearheaded the effort to get the school safety measures, and many of the ones that we have today, over $250 million in school safety grants since my legislation came out to help with the hardening of the schools. Basic things like locks and mouse traps and cameras, those sorts of things. Working on mental health, trying to be a little bit more proactive. This last budget, it was instrumental. One of my big priorities was getting money for schools so that schools could help with mental health. And we know among our teenagers and our children, it's a mental health epidemic out